Hey everybody, Jeff with the Grand Lake Outdoor Report. Thanks for listening. As always, we appreciate that. And boy, we had a busy holiday weekend around Grand Lake. I kind of called it. I think maybe it was Saturday, Sunday afternoon. I can't remember which day it was, but we had one of those pop-up thunderstorms that just kind of grow on us this time of the year. You can't really see them coming in sometimes until it's too late. And boy, was it a rodeo out there. I tell you what, people coming and going and trying to find shelter and heavy rain, a little bit of hail. It was quite the experience again to watch. And that happens quite often on Memorial Day. And I think that people get disorientated and they kind of get lost. The rain it comes in so hard that you can't see the shoreline, and boy, I tell you what, it can sure be a mess in a hurry. We had another pop-up thunderstorm hit last night here at Shangri-La, and one of the things that you got to really watch out for is you just can't see these storms coming because they literally just expand and grow, and it's not like you can watch them coming at you. So particularly in May and June and July, you got to really watch out for these. And then you also got to watch out for thunderstorms that come from the east and the southeast this time of year. I know that sounds strange, but like that storm that hit here at Shangri-La last night lasted for about 15 minutes. Patricia and I were eating dinner down at Doc's, and we knew that the storm was coming in, but we were in there sitting at the bar eating and having a drink. And sure enough, Hayden texted me and said, man, I just got back to the dock. And he had just got in off of a guide trip, got back into the dock, and we talked about that and said, that storm just grew just right there on top of us. And they kind of get, pretty wicked there for a little bit, and then a lot of times they die out real fast. So don't wait too long if you're out on the lake and you see something that looks like a thunderstorm. That dark cloud is starting to get bigger, and it's getting bigger faster. This time of year, you don't know which way that thing's going to go or how big it's going to grow. And my advice would be to start heading in and wait for it to get over. Now, the fishing has just been fantastic. White bass fishing, my gosh. I tell you what, there are so many white bass in this lake right now. I've been seeing schools of white bass that just have hundreds, if not thousands, of fish in them. I've been fishing over around Sailboat Bridge and the islands, and then I've also been fishing over around Governor's Island, Sweetwater, and I know that there's guys catching a lot of white bass down at Goat Island. I just haven't made it down that far. I have to drive by so many white bass to get to Goat Island. I just haven't had to get down there yet. But in the middle of the day, a lot of times these fish are stacked up on these underwater islands, these high spots, I call them, just areas that they just kind of rest on. And then when they get active and they feed, they move off those places. I think a lot of times at night and evening, they'll move off those staging areas. But man, you can catch a lot of fish right now. I had Scott Turnage with the G3 Sportsman television show out with me yesterday, and he said, Jeff, this fishing is just ridiculous right now. We were catching all of our fish, and we caught some crappie too, some really nice crappie up to 14 inches. We caught all those on 2.5-inch swimming minnows with the 1/8 ounce Lucky Strike head, and we were using several different colors: Moonshine, Old School, USA, and those were the colors that really did the best. The Old School is black and chartreuse, Moonshine's white and chartreuse, and USA is just clear with red, white, and blue flakes in it. And those were worked really good with the 1/8 ounce heads. I tell you, those white bass can tear some stuff up though, so you better plan on getting you an extra pack or two of soft plastics when you get into those white bass, because man, they will tear them up. We also caught some fish over by Honey Creek Bridge. Caught some crappie and some white bass over there. So I've caught crappie at Honey Creek Bridge, Sailboat Bridge, and Bernice Bridge now, here in the last week. So if you're looking for a place that you can get out of the sun, particularly in the middle of the day, these bridges offer great fishing, and they offer a way to get out of the sun. There's usually a breeze under the bridges, and you got to watch, though. Man, day before yesterday, I was out, and I was over at Sailboat Bridge. I was over on the south side, and where the river channel comes underneath the bridge there, and I was catching some white bass around one of the piers, and a big old boat came through there and never slowed down, and I just kind of caught the glimpse of that boat coming underneath the bridge, and I caught a glimpse of the waves coming, and man, if those boats don't slow down, they can really rock your world next to those bridge piers. So even though you might not see that boat go underneath the bridge, they're supposed to slow down and idle under those bridges. That can be a little bit treacherous. So keep an eye out. Over there at Sailboat Bridge, a boat can be all the way over there on the other side of the lake, and you'll never see that thing go under the bridge, but those waves will get you. Eventually, they'll make it over there and get you. Honey Creek Bridge and Bernice Bridge aren't too bad, but you really need to watch those waves if you're fishing those piers over there at Sailboat Bridge. People have a tendency to not slow down underneath that bridge, and I wish that people got a few more warnings for that, because it can be pretty dangerous. The crappie haven't really moved off into the brush a whole lot yet. We're not catching a lot of them in brush piles. Hayden's still catching a lot of open water fish, and he's catching some fish around some docks. Most of my fish are coming off a rocky structure or drop-offs. I'm finding these crappie staged kind of on some bluffs and droppy rock drop-off areas, and then also up on top of those underwater islands. So the catfishing is probably going to slow down a little bit. The blue cats and channel cats should be in the rocks. Scott caught a 10-pound flathead yesterday on a black and chartreuse swimming minnow. So he had quite a fight with 6-pound line, and we got that thing in and took some nice pictures of that fish. The bass fishing has been really good. There's a lot of really nice stringers getting weighed in. The guys are catching a lot of nice fish. It looks like on the jackpot tournaments in the evenings. So anyway, the fishing just overall right now is fantastic. If you want to come catch some fish at Grand Lake, now is the time to do it. Hey, I want to remind everybody, please visit us over at LuckyStrike.com. And check out the American-made hard baits that we're building down there in Greenwood, Arkansas, plus all of the soft plastics and spinner baits and Jimmy Houston Redman spinner bait. And we're really getting ready to ramp up all of our bass fishing products now. We've got a lot of stuff coming in to be in stock over the next few months. So we're really excited to see the bass fishing products get out and start getting circulated for Lucky Strike again. And then if you're looking for a really unique lake gift, something for a birthday or a holiday gift, check out my wife's website at ongrandtime.com and pick up one of those t-shirts or caps or some coasters and stickers. She's got blankets and pillows and all kinds of cool stuff there at ongrandtime.com. Hey, I'm Jeff. Thanks for listening and good luck out there.